All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, it's the penultimate game of the NFL calendar, AFC versus NFC in the NFL Pro Bowl game. Excitement? Well, we got that in abundance as this Pro Bowl is underway from Orlando, Florida. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Gets around him, and he'll get across the 20 before. He's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now King from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. King. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And it'll be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. 6-man. The NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Visitors 7, our home team, nothing.
Here we go. 90. Wolf. Hard. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Let Hudson.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Let's go.
to throw on third down. Love, flushed out right. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. That one complete to Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even...
He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a loose football. And this will move the sticks yet again as the tackle's going to be made at the NFC's 18.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quan Alexander, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Boswell's kick is good.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Off the play fake. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Come on. Mike, 55, Mike, 55. Hey, ready, go.
On third down, Love sliding out of the pocket. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll look to throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards to pick up there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Escaping the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we'll send you crosstown to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often...
It got his man complete. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on third and long. Love. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it first and 10. They run with Breida, and he stopped immediately there. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. 16 yards, a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now back to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now this throw caught left side. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and down inside the 15 he goes. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Dobbins, and he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Love. And he will find his man on the outside. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. It's NFC football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Forced out to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. From the gun, Love. And that's Elliott, complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down. It's Elliott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Off the play fake. Love. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Dante Jackson picks it. The intended receiver there, Allen. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Love. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Will Fuller there to make the grab. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons. A 1-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and trying to help their team win down the stretch.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
57, Mike, 57.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Harris to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Love eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They'll start on the ground with Breeden. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Back to throw. He's got Fuller. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Ready.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. He's back to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward.
And this is going to be intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, Love And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This from 55 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 14-yard line.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Let's go. 8, read. Let's get off the field. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, a little juke, but strong running. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Love. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say, get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.